and XCG do still take themselves the win, but this is just chaos by this Soul Altar. DRG jumping in. They've even got a purple staff as well as those nunchucks. They are geared to the teeth right now, and JL are not going to be able to do much about anything on this one. Corki has gone down, but DRG will be able to get the pickup up on their teammate, and OUG gatekeeping JL from coming up the cliff edge here, or at least Zinyu is, with the backup of the King. It looks like DRG now gonna look to turn their attention towards OUG. OUG gonna have to turn around and see if they can take this fight. This could get hairy really fast as Corki able to take down the King immediately, and DRG back with a vengeance into game number 4. SS falls, Corki low HP, Zinyu on the run, and AS not even gonna be able to steal that one away. JL have rejoined into the fight, and DRG are just farming kills. They're getting so many freebies. They are gonna get themselves knocked back, and Sansi's going low. JL looking for the kill off the Sansi. Sansi able to get the healing up from the zipping node to keep him alive, and DRG just rule the roost. They rule the area. This is their drop, and they are very much in charge. Healing has come in. AS low HP, caught out by the Wisp, but he's able to hold on thanks to his own zip, keeping him alive. Counter comes in onto Sansi. Sansi goes down. DRG's Wu Jin also now very low, and Corki fools DRG. Crumble to JL.
Yeah, JL getting the prediction read on Sansi, throwing out that Dragon Slayers. He's able to find, I think it's 3 successful connections. At the very beginning of the fight, we see 2, and then when the third party comes in, he's able to find a 3rd, and he uses it to be able to peel for his Temi, who actually gets left behind a little bit in a more forward position because he gets stuck inside one of those Temi Wisps, and immediately Sansi comes in with the Dragon Slayers to be able to make sure that no one is able to step forward and actually translate that CC to mulch into an actual kill. However, when JL are able to take the 1v1 against the Takeda, Sansi tries to make it look like he's going to charge it on a different player so that he's able to immediately just charge it up and then swing on someone else. But it is going to be red-eyed, and it does get parried, and as a result, he loses that purple spear, loses the peel potential, and the parry and riposte damage is just too much considering they had to burn the Zip ultimate in the first place in the fight earlier to be able to save him when he went down incredibly low with the last little bit of his Takeda ultimate left. GG, unfortunately, were able to put themselves onto the drop in Secret Tunnel. It's a drop that GG do take. It's one that you're sort of forced into having as well for a Transformer team. This early in the game, you have to drop where Fireflies are so that you can pick up those increased rage, and as a result it pushes GG into dropping into Secret Tunnel, and they are able to get the Fireflies to build that ultimate, but unfortunately the damage just isn't there off of just grey weaponry. And even though Free was able to find a couple of grabs, he's still just out-sustained by the zip on the other side, as XCG do not have to worry about throwing in that zip anything at the moment. NightHQ using that Takeda, getting the activation stagger onto WBG's Sleepwalker, setting up his other 2 players to be able to step in with that spear, just shutting Sleepwalker down the second that he tries to slip away. And it's now just going to be WBG's Rico, the lone zip with the purple nunchucks, looking to try and survive for as long as possible, as GG with the blue armor now potentially going to be taking a fight against JL. They should have their ultimates up, so JL are going to have to play this pretty carefully if they don't want to get double grabbed. One of the other Transformer compositions, FPX, currently taking a fight against EWG. It does look like they use the Bane's Breath to be able to displace FPX, pushing them into the retreat so that Xiaohu cannot capitalize off of this Transformer ultimate. But it does seem like one of them went down anyway, as Xiao Lui now using that Takeda ultimate to knock Dongquan out into the he catches the monk as well. Xiao Hu had tried to push back to be able to peel for his Karumi, and Xiao Lu is able to find the connection with the Takeda ultimate into the Bane's Trap on both of them. Now overholding the staff, isn't able to let it loose, however, as the nunchucks are faster on the clank. The Bane's Trap coming back into the forefront, pushing that relocation. FPX also going to be able to find a counter and riposte damage onto Xiao Lu, who is now taking so much damage. Stoneform activated onto the pole sword. Xiao Hu locks the Takeda down against the cliff. No ultimate activation, no shove to be able to save yourself. FPX make magic happen, not only outliving a transform, but also outliving the Bane's Breath. What a play from the team. What a huge heal from Dongqing.
when they survived that, when they got hit by 2 Bane's Breath back to back, but now they're in danger because DRG are looking to come in third party, but Sansi actually eating some damage. J-Team have also closed in on the area, so there's a bit of a pincer happening on both sides, and DRG maybe looking to come in a third party on this one because J-Team ZK already losing a lot of HP, looking to take down Xiaohu off the back of this one. They've got the Moonbane, so they do control this fight, and once again FPX find themselves fighting in a Moonbane. We do see JL and EWG also running through that area as J-Team just dealing with this Monk. He is unable to do anything with the Pulse Sword, just absolutely melting the health bar. FPX gonna have to de-transform, but it's not even gonna happen. They're gonna go down. J-Team able to secure themselves their first kill of the game. Gets himself some loot put together. I really like the use of that Moonbane there. They may have to run back into it to try and stay and get a revive off, or get a reset off. They've still got 30 seconds to this area. And it's so hard for DRG to chase them through this.
Yeah, really good play coming through from J-Team, conserving a lot of resources, taking advantage of the fact that Monk in the Transform cannot interact with things like a Tester Ultimate, but also cannot parry. So there is very little punishment. In fact, there is no punishment. You're just closing up the distance and charging up overhead on Spear, right-click on the pulse, or just chunking down that Monk's health bar. The only potential punishment is to stay a little bit too close to the feet, fall out of the sync of knowing when to tap dodge to avoid the scoop and get grabbed up. But either way, FX just having to sacrifice Xiaohu and prioritize disengagement means that they're not going to be able, having lost that Monk, trying to regroup and loot up again, to take a fight and contest a realm of Yang, which is such a detriment to these teams that rely so heavily on that loot scaling. We saw it happen for GG. They just were not able to scale up into a last fight because they weren't able to contest the realm of Yangs nor control Amara's Blessing. And even though they survived into the final fights in game number 1, they weren't able to make that survival matter because the kills just were not there to multiply. As it does look like we've got a couple of teams hanging about in Celestra, TE wanting to try and prioritize this position so that they can go through the realm of Yang. Sand Siphon composition, no surprises. Staff in the hand for VVV, purple as well. OUG also potentially moving into that realm of Yang. No, DRG are able to make their way into it first. Who's going to come out on top? And more importantly, does VVV have Merciless Havoc? Because if he does, well, this fight is about to get hairy for DRG. He's looking for the grapple connection. Going to be burning the ultimate a little bit early, as we are going to see the pressure, the pitter-patter attempt with the uppercut confirmation onto the players of DRG. Semi-ultimate immediately going to be invested. Someone's got Dagger Leap. And we're going to see immediately Prideful connecting onto these players, pushing them up and out of the space. V2 from the zip kicking in to save DRG's Corki, and TXJ still hounding him down with the pulse sword and the horizontal movement from the grapple to be able to keep damaging him. Sansi finds a knockback onto TE's VVV. VVV immediately trying to take the occasion to push onto Wujin with the Takeda shoves connecting. However, Sansi's peeling back the aggression with a shove on his own, and VVV now going for the musket swap, coming in with the staff. The numbers advantage is there for TE, and they're going to be able to take the fight handedly. Really good stuff coming through from TE to just be able to step in front of that Takeda. VVV doing a very good job of icing off the pressure of the counter ult on the other side.
Yeah, really, really nice there coming in from the side of TE, able to take that win. J-Team also getting their hands on a Vermilion Bird's Might themselves. I'm not sure if that was from a Realm of Yang. From the fact that they got over 4 kills, and the last time we saw them they had 1, I'm going to hazard a guess that yes, they did win a Realm of Yang. Alliance getting themselves the Draco Storm from their one. And there is just a lot of health bars going up and down over here as EWG coming in. Scale Rush and Dong Yu's actually interrupted, unable to connect it, does try and get some damage down. The Takeda's using those charges just to kind of tether and get so much damage down to all of these players, able to get the damage off as Rico has fallen. Jing doing some work as now EWG down to a player are turning this around to WBG as WBG Sleepwalker gets a lovely little counter off onto Jalue there, but Jalue able to back off, get himself some healing, and then just go in for some more damage onto Sleepwalker as down he goes. But J-Team are in the area, so if they don't do this quickly, they might get turned onto and third partied. I think J-Team just about avoided seeing what was going on.
Yeah.
And EWG actually didn't get third-partied at the tail end of that because that could have been horrific for them.
I think J-Team actually have the variant challenger scroll because we did see the red circle show up just a little bit northeast of where J-Team were. So I think that they're wisely positioning so that J-Team do not see them. There's no surprises why J-Team have the confidence to pick it up now. They do have that Vermilion Birdsmite, like you said, off of the back of that successful Realm of Yangwin, given the fact that Alliance picked up Draco Storm off of Amora's Blessing. They had no choice in the matter. However, the additional AoE damage on those attacks is definitely going to count as a deterrent for some of the teams in the areas. They're going to see Alliance with control, and DRG deciding not to try and take this fight out in the open against them. As a result, you could still try and hound. Just have to be careful that they don't get third party. DRG having lost that Realm of Yang, they need to find a team to kill, and that team might just be JL. They're moving in a way that suggests that they've seen One Fang low. One Fang might be able to chase into TE. DRG do not have any way of knowing whether or not TE are DRG's backup. And as a result, they're going to have to be careful about how they play this. Is TE gonna be, I think, did they go into the Toxic Shrooms to activate the Vermilion Birdsmite? They did! They went into the Toxic Shrooms to activate the Vermilion Birdsmite so that they died before the third party could come through, before the Vermilion Birdsmite ran out.
That is so big, and DRG won't be able to get the cleanse off that either. 1 minute 30 left for DRG. The guys who were dominating today starting to have a little bit of a problem coming into this next game. A brilliant start to this game, but they fell apart to the third party, lost the Realm of Yang, and now that confidence seems to be somewhat wavering from the side of DRG, and there's just too many teams in the area. It is way too risky for DRG to take a fight because of the third party potential.
Yeah, because T came back.
They're in danger. If Santi goes down, they can't get him back up. This isn't a revive. He's got the debuff on, so there's no Karen that can be revived. NightHQ gets himself caught out though. It's gonna blink out the safety. Gets caught by the Wisp. Can they save NightHQ in time? He's still caught up. He's trying to buy himself some space. Does use one of those chocks of his ultimate, but oh no, he eats the toxic shroom. He needs to go.
No, he did that on purpose. He activated it on purpose with a jump horizontal to deter people from chasing him down. But unfortunately for him, TE were on the right side. He activated the poison shroom on the left to stop chasers coming through from his left flank, and TE just jump him.
That's actually worse for DRG than it is for him, because TRG can't get the cleanse off. TE come in, they take the kill, they get the Soul Bloom Essence, and now Sansi is going to do his best to break away from any pursuers, try and just draw people away. But I think DRG, they may have been able to pick up one cleanse there, but other than that, that is going to be it. They have had a rough go of it here, and DRG going to be losing at least one player, maybe two.
I think they might have been able to circle back and pick him up.
Oh, they're cleansed.
Yeah. So basically what ended up happening was TU was chasing a different team entirely, right? So DRG just cycled back.
Wow, DRG got a murder there. Damn, impressive stuff coming in from DRG. J-Team having a better game than they did last game, or the last couple of games, but still needing to really put some serious points on the board if they want to be a front runner and want to show up. Does look like the fight for the Mora's Blessings and the Realm of Yangs are going to be breaking out. J-Team getting themselves situated here, taking a little skirmish versus FPX, and they are actually the ones with their back to the zone, so we'll see if J-Team do just jump into that one as Alliance. Popping the no-ult zone here. Using it maybe a little bit of a safety area. No-ult zone plus the Sandstorm first means that nobody can come in and can contest that one. Really actually smart there by Alliance to get that Mora's Blessing. The problem is they lost too much health prior in the setup. So now they've lost a player. And yeah, they got some goodies, but those goodies came at a pretty hefty price. And Lucky is just out. Lucky's out.
Yeah.
Go find a revive to go get Lucky back.
Even worse, right? If you'd lost your player when you were still by the Mora's Blessing, you would have been able to pick up a rebuff charm. But you lost your player after you'd already left the area of the Mora's Blessing. Oh, and Lin gets found out as well. He was hanging from the ceiling, hoping to be able to find the recovering KLA, hear him, and just lock him down in Soul Jade after Soul Jade. And down Alliance's Lin goes. That's so unfortunate. But going for that Morris Blessing, they've lost not just one player, but potentially two as well, because Sparkrain is so far away, he cannot double back to try and find that revive. Is it GG's Free-Free-O going for a transform? Immediately you're going to see J-Team dropping the Temi ultimate to be able to block line of sight so that the Monk can't find the grabs. LXM actually going for the Terracotta Warrior, the Yushan ultimate coming through. Try and find the Spear Stagger connections onto the players of J-Team so that Free-Free can find some value on this ultimate. Kurumi Teva as well, as he's going to drop out of the ultimate. Still has the F1 available. Might have to use it now as J-Team come in with the Assault Smolder. Free-Free-O having to invest. The bell goes for now the staff, considering he was parried out of that longsword in his hand, and he's just not able to come in. The wind up too long on the staff. J-Team chunk him down before he's able to even try and clank, and it is falling apart for GG.
It's been a bad game for them. They've lost their Monk, and now the Yueshan on the run. DRG trying to take this kill away. J-Team also hot on the heels, and LXM's actually made a pretty good break for it here. Has got a lot of space between him and DRG, and I don't think the pursuit is going to carry on. But he now has to regroup with his Kurumi and then hope that they can buy a rebirth charm, but they haven't had any kills. They haven't really got that much money put together, so it's a tall ask here for the side of GG, and I don't know if they've got it, really, unfortunately. J-Team, for the first time, I will say, are very situated, very set up. They've got themselves 2 Realm of Yangs they've now been able to win for themselves, so they've got some pretty decent gear put together. So definitely a formidable team, but TE as well. Look at the setup on these guys. Loads of Soul Jades, golden ones, golden weapons. They're looking pretty scary.
GG, by the way, now going to be looking for a Soul Altar. They were off screen able to pick up a Rebirth Charm. Now they just have to hope that they're going to be able to get to that Soul Altar and use it, because they didn't use it immediately, which says to me that they didn't have one player go to the shop while the other player waits on a Soul Altar. The second that you pick up one of those Rebirth Charms, it goes into your full team's inventory, so you can have one person camp a Soul Altar and immediately use the Rebirth Charm the second that it has been purchased. As we're going to have a look at the replay to see exactly how this Realm of Yang panned out for J-Team and XEG. ZK and NightHQ. ZK coming in with the 1-2 off of those light confirms, and Takeda ultimate finding a shove. NightHQ actually going to be able to shove ZK into the Temi list. Okay, ZK immediately going to be getting the Zip V2 to be able to heal. Tries to go for the Dragon Slayers. Would have found the connection too if NightHQ hadn't thrown another shove onto the Takeda, and then cycles back in with the F1 to put ZK over the shoulder and turn it into a numbers advantage. ZK taking the opportunity, getting a little bit of a refresh heal, but has to cancel it out. Otherwise, he goes down to the LMB from the dagger. But in the meantime, his 2 teammates have been able to confirm the kills, and J-Team are able to come out on top. That's how they were able to get their hands on the Vermilion Birdsmite at the very, very start of the match.
Really, really nice stuff, as J-Team actually have DRG in their sights. There's a showdown of the ages between these two. J-Team very, very geared up, though. And I think we're at that point in the game where no one really wants to take a fight because it's a little bit too tight of a circle. It's a little bit too easy to get third-partied and then throw the game. And for both of these teams, this game's important. If DRG do not perform here, that gap that they've built between them and the other teams has been undone by the last 2 games. Sorry, by the last game. And J-Team, they just got to play catch-up. Like, they got 3 games, and all of these games have to be good. Like, one bad game now is enough to basically seal the deal for J-Team, but they're probably not even making podium. Or even top end of the table at this point. They're even planning to be on the top end of the table. It's really tragic.
DRG picking up the Variant Challenger, so they're going to be giving their location away. But they're also going to be getting that Miniature Mystic Might to be able to learn players' positions around them. Free-Free-O, unfortunately, having been picked up, it looked like GG actually had to trade Misgear for their Monk, and unfortunately that's very much out of the frying pan into the fire. Because Free-Free-O has the kill potential, but if you don't have that Kurumi, you don't have the means of enabling the ultimate. As KLA chasing after the Yushan for GG actually run afoul of TE, the Wisp catching you, forcing the Zip to fully commit to be able to help him stay intact. And they are going to back on off, TE allowing the disengagement. As Morris Blessing starts to spawn ahead of KLA. If they're not too careful, they're going to run away from TE and directly into all of the other teams that are coming out of the woodwork to be able to find that instant loot upgrade if they weren't successful or even try to challenge the Realm of Yangs. And there it is, EWG dropping the Temulch ultimate. TE going to be seeing it off in the distance, trying to figure out where exactly the team that they were just fighting has run off to instead.
Landing a cannon shot off in the distance. It looks like they had some idea of where they were as TE just now watching EWG walk away with their nice new toys and their goodies they got from that Roma Yang. As it's very much a waiting game, heading into that Buccaneer phase. And again, for the Monk teams, I do worry because there's so many trees, there's so much verticality. This is another zone where Monk actually really will struggle because there's just so many places, nooks and crannies to hide in, kind of rocky outcroppings, and yeah, there's like a high ground element here on this final zone. But I don't know, I'd be much happier on a Sand Siphon team right now than I would on a Monk team.
I mean, GG are missing their Kurumi. I think they're on zero kills as well.
Yeah, GG are they're not having even a remotely good day. Like, the only reason they're at the top still is because they had a very good start coming into everything. So those pre-proposed points, just doing wonders right now for GG.
Okay, that's going to make things easier. They are at least able to get their hands on a rebirth charm. Once again, though, we haven't seen the immediate usage of it. And the last time we saw, in getting Furfur back into the mix, they had to trade their Kurumi. Are they going to have to make a similar sacrifice to be able to get that Kurumi back in, despite the rebirth charm already being in the back pocket? As TE, very similar to the way that we saw teams do in first game, holding up inside one of those buildings, using the Phoenix and the faster they go through those walls. As GG have been spotted, Miskia is indeed back, but they've immediately been jumped onto the second that they leave that solo altar, and out Miskia goes almost immediately before getting any chance to upgrade any of the gear. And that's another kill that GG have allowed to go to their competition.
Yeah, NetXM's doing his best to get some damage onto AS. He might be able to get the slam down. Nope, can't quite make the connection as AS limping away. EWG actually secure the kill onto them there with the cannon from long range. As EWG now standing in the zone, waiting in that bush. We'll now just reposition over. It's 3-3-0 goes down. And GG, only a single player remains for them. 0 kills. They have slipped from 1st to 5th. And OUG looking to contest, looking to kind of overtake them and actually slip them down into 6th. It has been a bad day for OUG. DRG been able to stay relatively quiet after that very explosive beginning of the game, able to put 5 points together, doing them a lot of work. But TE now here playing with a vengeance. They want to secure themselves a 2nd win here at the NBPL. They won spring, they want to win summer, and it's 3 points between them and TE. 8 kills in TE's pocket. They are set up for this game.
EWG, by waiting a little bit further behind in that zone tick, were actually able to slip away unnoticed. T had seen the fight going down as the zone was closing up and actually scurried over to the low ground to try and pick up any stragglers, but EWG cut the noise and are able to slip away into a building before TE are able to stop them. And as a result, their players will survive, at least for now, as low ground is still not necessarily safe. Even inside these buildings, it's not necessarily safe. We have seen these teams be incredibly smart about using those soul jades, and the fact that a fair few of the legendary ones go through the walls to be able to play absolute havoc with teams' positioning and also resources before the zones properly collapse up. What is normally a safe space when those soldiers are in hand becomes very much a game of anticipating where it's going to come from and tap dodging away into the space that it's not inside those small buildings as well. With how cramped the place can be, it's a lot harder to be able to anticipate and put yourself into a position where you're not getting caught out. As J team taking a lot of poke pressure will return fire. ZK with the cannon, purple in its rarity, but still doing enough to potentially deter everyone from jumping onto them. 23 players left. The majority of these teams are Sand Siphon. It's going to come down to who is able to bait resources out of these other teams and then jump onto them, specifically that Zip V2. Burn out the Zip V2, then go for the kill confirmation. And that's exactly what all of the ranged projectile proc is looking to try to set up.
3 minutes left. Everybody getting heated right now. Very open zone. Suddenly, those monks are of value, but it's only FBX rocking a monk comp left in the lobby. Technically,
What GG are still here?
Doesn't really count, does it? They haven't even got their monk or their Karumi. It's pretty rough for them at this point. As Zhao, who going in for the grab, able to get Yoran, slams him down and finishes him up. That's a kill in the bank there for FBX. Dongqing off in the distance, just playing nuisance for his team as DRG got themselves tucked in a corner, just firing some cannon shots off. J-Team actually in close proximity to them and have not spotted them out yet. J-Team also got themselves in one of those little low ground kind of nooks where they can hide and just make sure they reset and repair their weapons whenever they need. As TE, not on a Transformer team, have seen J-Team here land a beautiful cannon shot, actually. A lot of damage coming out. Thanks to that Dragon's Breath and that Rupture Gale Orb, just absolutely obliterating health bars. J-Team need to go in for a bit of a reset and a revive before they can go for anything else, but if somebody pushes onto them, they're in danger. Santi got one last charge of that ultimate left to use and has actually caught on to water here, is able to finish up with a kill. Santi securing his 6th kill for the team, but TE already quite happy with those 9 kills in their pockets, and KLA contesting onto DRG right now. J-Team in the building off in the distance. We do see J-Team able to secure themselves a kill onto EWG, taking them out of the game as TE putting some damage in onto KLA, going to force them towards the likes of GG, KLA, and DRG. TE getting so much damage down with the Flamer. Still got one last charge on that ultimate as GG's LXM has gone in for the transform and it's going to be looking for the slams down onto these players. J-Team able to secure themselves a whole bunch of kills onto these KLA guys, though. They are low HP. The players are dropping left, right, and centers. FBX putting some kills together, but down they go. The King able to secure the kill onto them as it's getting tight and hot and heavy. 13 players in the mix, and it is an absolute blender of destruction and ultimates coming out. TE trying to get some damage down onto Santi, but Santi just able to batter TE back into the zone. Finds himself caught in the sandstorm, and Santi getting some healing in from his zip to keep himself alive. Uses the chance to get himself a kill, but it's not going to be enough as VVV able to secure his 10th kill for his team. J-Team now securing more kills onto TE. J-Team coming alive. YSJ gets himself caught up with a Hector, but VVV mowed through here by J-Team. Health bar low. Down he goes. J-Team securing kills left, right, and center. GG crumble. J-Team come alive in game number 4 as Leo, the last player for his team, on the run. One thing trying to break away and just deny points from J-Team, but J-Team, they've done the work, they've done the damage, and they are going to be securing themselves every kill necessary. Leo launching into the zone to break away, but I think he's been tapped. I think he's been caught by the musket. That's it for J-Team, a win on the board.